In this video, you will learn to resolve the lid presence error. If you're seeing the lid presence error message when starting a print, you will first want to make sure that the lid is placed on top of your Method Series printer. Make sure that the lid is flush against the contours of the printer and not askew. If the lid is seated flush with the top of the method, there may be a different issue. Remove the lid and examine the metal tabs that slide into the frame. If they are bent or misshapen, contact MakerBot support, as you may need to replace the lid. If the tabs are not misshapen, let's make sure that the lid presence switch is functioning properly. With the lid removed, use a small tool like a screwdriver to gently depress the lid presence switch inside the frame. You should hear it click when it's depressed. If you hear a click noise, reseat the lid again and listen for the click noise when the lid is being seated. If you don't hear the same noise when the lid is being seated, then the presence switch may be stuck. You may be able to use the same tool used earlier to pull the switch back into position. If you're hearing a click when the lid is being seated, but continue to experience the error, you'll need to investigate the lid presence switch connection and ultimately may need to replace the lid presence switch, which can be ordered through MakerBot support. To access the lid presence switch, first turn off and unplug your method. Once powered off, remove the lid and set it aside. Next, remove the door cover extrusions from the side panels of the method's frame. Use a T10 Torx driver to remove the 4 screws attached to the upright frame. Slowly and gently lift the top cover assembly, exposing the limit switch cable. Trace the wire back to the front panel PCB. Make sure the cable is seated. If the cable is seated, use your T10 Torx driver to remove the 2 Torx screws that secure the lid presence switch to the top cover assembly. Once removed, attach the new lid presence switch and connect the lead to the front panel PCB. Gently place the top cover assembly back on your method and attach the screws on the side panels to secure. Finally, place the extrusion covers and lid back onto the method and power on the printer.